welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm Hype the Commentator, and thank you all for joining me today. Today we're doing a little bit of a WCW throwback. We're going back to Halloween Havoc 1998 for the United States Championship. It is the Icon, the Wolf Pack, Sting versus the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, Bret the Hitman Hart. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. It's all about the United States Championship, Bret Hart and the Wolf Pack, Sting. You saw the ref hold that United States Championship. And Bret and Sting gonna get back in the ring. Bret just weaseling his way, walking away from Sting. Sting trying to go on the attack. But Bret Hart not gonna let any of it happen. Now Sting's gonna go after Bret on the outside. Bret keeps walking back, but he knows he's gonna be protected by the official because the bell hasn't rung. These two can't lay a finger on each other. Sting cannot lay a finger on Bret until that bell rings, until they are both in the ring. And Sting wants nothing more than to finally get his hands on the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. As Sting awaits Hart. Here we go. Now things are getting started. The bell has rung. This bout is officially underway, but Bret once again playing it safe, and the fans aren't pleased by it. They want to see this match. They want to see Sting get his hands on the Hitman, but Bret gonna go argue with the fans instead. Gonna take his time. Bret just gonna soak it in. Gonna waste Sting's time. Play some mind games. And you know what Bret Hart doesn't want to do is get himself counted out. And there's no doubt about the skill that Bret Hart has. There's no doubt about it. But right now, this is about mind games with Sting. Sting on the attack from behind, sending Hart face first into the steel guardrail. Now, finally, things are going to pick up here. Sting gets Hart back in the ring. Gonna stomp away. And this is how it had to happen. Bret just wouldn't, start in the ring fair and square. They didn't get the chance to lock up. So Sting was like, okay, you want to walk away? I'm going to go after you then. And now Sting taking out Hart with a clothesline. Sting able to take control of the pace of this bout. Now that he finally got his hands on Bret, he controls the pace of this match. Face first, Hart goes in to the top turnbuckle. And Bret's spine just bounced off the turnbuckles. Sting stomping on the hand of the Hitman. Sting continuing his offense. This is important for Sting to take this slow. He is now taking the pace that he likes. Kick at it too, as Sting went for the cover. Oh, what a right to Hart. And the corner. Bret with a boot to the midsection. This is where Bret fights back, finding his way back in this bout. Oh, a shot to the back of Sting. And the eyes of Sting have been raked. The ref saying, watch it. And again, another hit to the midsection of Sting. And Bret snap DDT. Sting goes head first right into the canvas. They're going to go for a lateral press, only enough for a 2 count. These two are extremely skilled inside the squared circle. So much knowledge in the minds between these two when it comes to professional wrestling. 2 different backgrounds. Veterans of the business. They have been to the top. They've been there. They've done it. And Bret inverted atomic drop to Sting. And now Bret Hart with a clothesline of his own. The fans here at Halloween Havoc are not too pleased with Bret the Hitman Hart, who tried to weasel his way around Sting early on. And now Bret is in control. And Bret continuing to work on Sting with that leg drop. Center of the ring, going to go for another lateral press. This could do it. Sting kicks at it too. Bret arguing with the ref. That's the last thing you want to do, is spend too much time arguing with the ref, because then you give your opponent some time to recover. But Bret's working on this lower back of Sting, and this is a smart strategy, especially with that sharpshooter that he's going to look to apply as this match goes on. This is a match between the Scorpion Deathlock and the sharpshooter. Moves very much similar, if not the same. It's just about how it's applied. And now Bret, another cover, 2 count. And for Bret Hart to continuously go after these covers, it's a mind game thing for Sting. Sting's got to constantly kick out of all these covers. He's got to exhaust energy to keep, and then he's got to keep himself in the match. It takes a lot out of you. And if you're allowing yourself to even stay down on the mat for 2 seconds, now that, these two have done quite a bit of damage to each other, you realize that 3 count could happen any moment. Sometimes your brain might be in it, but your body is not. And right now, Bret's in control, driving Sting neck first into the middle rope, taking full advantage of that 5 count before being disqualified. Bret Hart knows the rules very well. Rake in the eyes. Looking for a running bulldog, and it connects. It connects. Picture perfect by the excellence of execution, and a stomp to the chest, driving the boot right on the jaw of Sting, using the ropes for leverage to apply more pressure. And this has been all Bret for the last few minutes. Bret has had quite the control of this bout. And now looking for a suplex. Oh, counter, turn into a cover, roll. Inside cradle, almost won this thing for Sting. Great counter from the Wolf Pack. Now Bret, Russian leg sweep. Textbook hold from Bret. It was a textbook Russian leg sweep, and went maybe a drop kick by, Scorpion Deathlock. Turn him if he can do it. He's got him. Oh, but too close to the bottom rope. Oh, that's unfortunate for Sting. Sting finally was able to pull a Scorpion Deathlock out of nowhere, but it wasn't enough to keep Bret Hart down. Hart was completely in control for that time being, but then Sting able to turn things around. That split second that Bret was up at the top and went to drop down, Sting took advantage of it. And that's what you got to do, especially with the United States Championship, the U.S. title on the line. And now Sting going to go for a cover, lateral press, 2 count. And now Sting going to unload these rights to the skull of Bret Hart. And now Sting in control. Sting is now in the driver's seat. He had the driver's seat. He was in the driver's seat early on, and he found his way back into position. But Bret tried to counter. Up and over. Bret Hart holding on to the knee. Bret Hart's knee gave out. Perhaps on that leapfrog. Ref checking on Bret to see if he's okay, if he's able to continue. And this will... And now the ref saying you got to back off, Sting. Sting doesn't care. Sting just wants to get his hands on Hart. And he's okay, but what? And is that a knuckle duster? And Sting sees And Bret Hart dropped it, and Sting sees it. And and the ref saw it. He didn't see the low blow, though. There was a little bit of a misunderstanding there. You know, his eyes were focused on taking that knuckle duster away from Sting. And Bret Hart gonna go after Sting now using the low blow to his advantage. Bret Hart playing it cheap. You know, once upon a time, an honorable and an admirable performer inside the squared circle. His work is second to none. But these days, he's finding ways to cheat, finding ways to cut corners. And that's not the Bret Hart the fans came to know and love. But it seems that Bret Hart doesn't even care the way he's been trash talking the fans. And the elbow drop for the middle turnbuckle. Now cover. Sting has to kick at it too as he still continues to fight. There's still life left in the Wolf Pack. Sting holding on to that midsection. Bret Hart now going to take his time. You know, these two men work very similar paces. They both have a slower pace. They don't need to work fast. They like to take their time, pick their opponent apart piece by piece, limb from limb. And now Sting is on the outside on the floor. Bret is going to meet him there. As there's a lot of dangerous things that can happen. Like this, Sting getting sent right into the steel guardrail. Unprotected steel. There is nothing comforting about going chest and face first into solid steel. A boot to the midsection of Sting. You don't want to get counted out. But Bret just not taking it from these fans. These fans are just giving it to Bret right now. They are laying their shots in verbally on the Hitman. And Sting gets dropped neck first onto the steel guardrail as Bret continues his control. Sting's got to find his way back in this match if he wants to win and leave as the U.S. champion. And the count continues. The last thing Sting wants is to get counted out. He already waited this long to get his hands on Bret. And now for Bret to win by countout would be the ultimate disrespect to Sting. And now Bret arguing with the referee. He's clubbing blows to the chest of Sting. Sting on the ring apron. Oh, he accidentally back up with the official. And now Bret with a leg drop to the ref. Taking out the ref. What? Absolutely. Bret didn't even need to do the leg drop. Sting already accidentally took out the ref. And Bret Hart added insult to injury. And now Sting going to unload these shots on Bret. And boom, what a clothesline to the Hitman. Back up to their feet. Sting going to head to the middle turnbuckle. One for these clubbing shots. Into the corner, Bret gets the boot up. When Sting went full speed ahead, thinking a stinger splash in the corner, but Bret Hart able to counter with that boot. Now a back elbow to the back of the head. That elbow to the back of the head of Sting. And now these heavy rights, some heavy artillery shots from the Hitman. Going to take out Sting as Bret heads up to the top. Oh, but the Stinger comes back with a right to the midsection of Bret, who was up at the top. And now Sting and Bret gonna fly. Gonna go high risk, high reward with a superplex. Oh, right on the legs of the official. The referee's got to be in so much pain after that. Could have broken his legs. All three are down. Hart and Sting are down. The ref is down. Nobody's up. Nobody's here to watch over this thing. There's nobody to count. There's nobody up to fight each other. There's a lot of craziness happening here at Halloween Havoc. I mean, there's a lot of havoc right now. This match is truly living up to the pay-per-view name, Halloween Havoc. Bret with his back turned to Sting. Stinger splash to the back of Bret Hart, face first. But hit the top of the ring post instead. Bret Hart got out of harm's way. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. With the bat, now using Sting's bat against him. Oh, my. 3 shots the bat. Sting's out. Come on. He's not done. He's out. What more could you need? And now Bret gonna inflict more damage. Heads into the middle turnbuckle. Oh, right on the face of Sting. And now gonna get rid of the evidence. Remove the bat from the ring. Roll it out. Now gonna try to revive the referee. See if he's gonna wake him up a little bit so that he can see what's going on. And now the ref is dazed. But nevertheless, he is still kind of up to his feet. And now he's going to apply the sharpshooter. I can't believe this match might end like this. This is disgusting. The fact that this is how this ends, all Sting wanted was to get his hands on Bret. And this is not the Bret we knew. That's it. And it's all over. Yeah. Sting was out a long time before that sharpshooter. Bret knew that. This is disgusting. This is not the Bret Hart we know. It went from excellence of execution to cheating and cutting corners, and it's disgusting. It's one thing to take advantage of a mistake when the Stinger accidentally, hit the referee, but it's another to take out the referee while the ref was already downed. And Bret leaves as the U.S. champion. The story is Bret just nailed Sting 3 times with a bat. Bret was trying to cut corners this entire time. That knuckle duster early on that Sting took from Bret. I mean, Bret had multiple plans on how he was going to defeat Sting, and it ended up being that Bret Hart used Sting's own bat against him and then applied the sharpshooter to hide the evidence that there was a bat involved. And in the end, Bret leaves Halloween Havoc as still the U.S. champion. All right, everybody. And that was Bret the Hitman Hart and the Wolfpack Sting at Halloween Havoc 1998. It was a disgusting sight to see Bret Hart, once the excellence of execution, honorable and admirable inside the squared circle. It's just a disgusting sight to see that he is cutting corners, whether it was looking to hit Sting with the knuckle duster that Sting was able to get away from Bret, and then Sting wanted to use it himself, and then the ref grabbed it from Sting because it was illegal. Sting would have totally lost his shot at the U.S. title, and then in the end, after the ref was actually taken out by Sting and Bret would go for a leg drop to add more insult to injury on the official, we would see Sting's bat come into play. But it wouldn't be from Sting. It would be from Bret the Hitman Hart. 3 shots with the bat. And then a sharpshooter. Sting was already out before the sharpshooter. But nonetheless, the referee raised the arm of Sting 3 times. Sting was out like a light. And in the end, Bret Hart left as the U.S. champion. And with that being said, thank you all for tuning into today's video. Don't forget, follow me on all my socials on Instagram at Hype the Commentator, Twitch at Hype the Commentator, TikTok at Hype the Commentator, right here on YouTube at Hype the Commentator, and Hype Commentator on X. Thank you all for all the love and support, and I will see you all in the next one.